Hey everyone, Ethan here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about the top 5 life-changing books. With all of the books out there, it can kind of be hard to know which one to choose. I think I saw an article the other day that said that there are over like 100 million books, which is insane. So today I decided to make a video to make this process a little bit easier for you and give you my top 5 that really helped me to cultivate and change my life for the better. Before I get into this video, if you guys wouldn't mind dropping a like below, really helps out my channel and I greatly appreciate it. Now, the first book we're going to talk about is 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Now, honestly, if you look at this, it looks really old. It looks kind of like a scammy, salesy kind of book, but it's actually really good. And I kind of avoided this book for a long time, which was a huge mistake because it's like loaded with great principles. And I'm just going to discuss like 2 things about the book that I really like. The first being the prioritization matrix. Stephen talks about how we shouldn't just focus on the most urgent things in our life, how we should rather focus our attention on the important but non-urgent things. And one of these things is like investing. No one's going to come up to you and shake you and be like, you need to start investing and taking advantage of compound interest. And a lot of people will spend most of their time in quadrant 1, where things are always popping up and they get notifications about it, but those are oftentimes the least important things that you could be doing. It's those things that are really important that we need to focus on, not necessarily the things that are on fire and screaming. Another thing that Stephen talks about in his book is empathetic listening, seeking to understand rather than to be understood. A lot of the times in conversation, we are focusing on what we're going to say next, or maybe if we agree or disagree with someone, rather than listening to them and listening to the emotion that is behind their words. What are they truly trying to tell me? He goes into it in a big way in his book, and it's a great tip. Okay, our next book here is Essentialism by Greg McKeown. This is a great book, and he has like a bunch of like little graphics in here. This is my favorite one. I'll probably put this on the screen, but if you guys can see that. He talks about doing one thing. Put all of your time and energy and double down on yourself and go in on one thing. Another thing that Greg McKeown talks about in his video is essentialism and minimalism. I love these concepts. Essentialism focuses on what is essential in your life that you should put all your focus and attention on, which is basically doing the one thing, which I just previously talked about. But minimalism is like cutting down on like, how much do you really need? Can you do more with less? Can you do less and produce more? All those great concepts that, they have been around, but now they're popular. And for example, wearing one shirt every day cuts down on the amount of decisions that I need to make with my wardrobe. It's just really like a simpler way to live and really increases productivity. All right, so our third book here is Dave Ramsey's Total Money Makeover. And Dave is just amazing. And it's a really simple, easy read. So if you're looking to get into finance or just start somewhere, you definitely want to pick up that book and start. It helped me in like 3 main ways. The first way is that he taught me to have an emergency fund. Things pop up in life. Some emergency happens and you got to throw $500 at it or whatever it may be. Emergencies happen. And to have a fund, at least like $1,000, which isn't even that much, is better than nothing. Step number 2, he taught me to focus on eliminating all my debt. I can't tell you how freeing it is to say that you're debt free. A lot of people in America, like, I don't know what the statistic is, but I think it's like 80% of people are in debt in this country, and we do have big debt problems. So to be debt free is like crazy. Having no debt allows you to be way more generous, and it allows you to do tip number 3 that he taught me, which is to begin investing. I like to pay down my debt first, have no debt, and then begin investing, because then you can just put more of your money each month into an investment vehicle without worrying if the loan's going to be called back in, or if you're not going to have enough money this month because so-and-so is going to change the rate, or all that stuff. When you have no debt, you can begin investing and taking advantage of compound interest. So Dave Ramsey, thank you. Okay, so the 4th book is How to Win Friends and Influence People. See, another salesy looking book that has been around forever that everyone talks about. And when everyone's talking about something, I tend to run in like the other direction. I don't know why. I tend to not run with the crowd if I can help it. But this is a really good book, and it's popular for a good reason. It gives you really actionable strategies and principles to go by. appreciating people, remembering people's names, not being judgmental, not being critical. And if you really apply yourself, this book can do a lot for you, like karmically, because you get what you give. So what I learned from that book is just to think in terms of the other person and put kind of their needs, wants, and interests not above you, but just consider them. And that makes you more of a pleasant person to be around, and you'll find yourself with way more friends and being able to really help people more than if you just focused on yourself and your interests. Okay, and last but not least, probably my favorite book of all time is PsychoCybernetics. This really helped me through a low point in my life when I was super anxious. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to go. I really didn't understand how my brain worked. I was feeling all these different things. I was in a state of stress and conflict because I didn't know where I wanted to go. This book really teaches you how your brain works, and it teaches you, I'm not going to sum it up in this, but it teaches you to focus on where you want to go and what you want to create rather than what you don't want to happen. Because when you focus your attention on that negative and what you don't want to happen, that tends to happen because that's what you're feeding your subconscious brain. He talks about how the subconscious brain works and how it's subservient to the conscious brain, all that fun stuff. Another thing that this book teaches you is imagination and the power of visualization. And your brain really can't tell the difference if it's vivid enough with enough detail in your head. For example, people like Michael Phelps, Michael Jordan, Mike Tyson, I don't know why they all have the name Michael, but anywho, they all use visualization, and they saw themselves boxing or swimming or shooting basketball, whatever, and they did that in their minds so many times with vivid detail that their brain literally couldn't tell the difference between real life and experience in that imagination. So those were my 5 books. If you guys like them, there's going to be links for them in the description. However, if you didn't vibe with them too much and you made it this far in the video, I still have a tip for you. So if you struggle with finding the right book, or you can't seem to find the time to read, or whatever the case may be, or maybe you want to comprehend more, whatever the case may be, I have 2 tips for you. Number 1 is to explore your curiosity. So if there's something that you're really interested in doing or that you just want to learn about, order books around that subject. Odds are you'll read that first one and it'll lead you into a plethora of other books that you can get into, and you'll be reading and tearing up books faster than you know what to do with. Second thing, if you're dealing with a problem in your life, maybe you're not good with communicating in your relationship, or maybe you want to get better at investing, again. So like, these are just the problems I have, and you can fix them. You have everything that you need. You have all the resources available to you, and you can do it. It's just that learning it and applying it is the only thing in the way. And what gives you access to those great decisions are books. So if you have a problem, you're just going to want to pick up a book that solves that problem for you. And you're going to be so interested in the solution to your problem that you'll tear through the book and you'll apply it as fast as you can. And soon enough, once you get this rhythm down, you'll make time because it solves your problems. It's so gratifying to progress in life. And honestly, I think that's what keeps me going, is I just want to keep growing. I just want to become the best I can be and grow to my full potential and just use everything I got, because you only get one shot in life. So without sounding like a motivational speaker, I'm going to end the video there. I would appreciate it if you guys subbed and liked this video and comment. Tell me if I missed a book that you really love that you think should have made this list. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.